Let's be honest, most of what you read about breaking into an AI career is just way too vague to be useful. I mean, learn AI? That's not a strategy. So in this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to take apart the real job market and build a predictive framework to help you figure out exactly where you fit in.
Okay, so let's just dive right into the big question that's on everyone's mind. The headlines are all over the place, right? Swinging from AI is going to save the world to AI is going to take all our jobs. So which is it? Is AI a job creator or a job destroyer? Well, the answer, it turns out, is yes, to both.
So check this out. The World Economic Forum lays out this paradox perfectly. On one hand, you've got a projected 170 million new AI jobs by 2030. That's incredible. But on the other hand, 92 million existing jobs are expected to be, well, destroyed in that same time frame. That's the crazy reality we're all wrestling with. Massive opportunity and massive disruption happening at the exact same time.
And this isn't some abstract problem for the future. I mean, this is happening right now. Research from Stanford is already showing a staggering 13% drop in employment for young workers in roles that are exposed to AI. And that's just since late 2022. Think about that. Those first jobs, the ones people use to get their foot in the door, they're being automated away as we speak.
So to really get a handle on this, we got to zoom out, because it's not just about what the technology can do. It's about what we, as a society, want it to do. You know, public opinion is drawing these invisible lines in the sand about automation, and that's having a huge impact on which jobs are actually at risk.
There's this fantastic concept from a recent Harvard study. They call it moral repugnance. It's basically that gut feeling we all have that some jobs, like a caregiver, a judge, or a therapist, just feel wrong to automate. No matter how good the AI gets, we feel like a human needs to be there. And that feeling, it's a powerful brake on automation.
Okay, so let's really dig into this chart from the study. In the top left, you've got the no-friction zone. These are jobs like a financial analyst or a special effects artist, roles where the public is pretty okay with automation. But now look over to the right, to the moral friction box. Here you see jobs like a history teacher or an OBGYN. Even if an AI could do the job perfectly, there's a strong public resistance. The big takeaway here? Your job safety isn't just about technology. It's also about psychology. Public opinion is a really powerful, invisible shield for some careers. But here's where it gets really interesting. A huge gap opens up when you compare what the public thinks about a job and what the people actually doing that job think. There's a major disconnect.
So, from the outside looking in, the public sees a role like a special effects artist and thinks, yeah, sure, an AI can probably do that. It seems like a technical task without a lot of moral weight, so it falls right into that no-friction category we just talked about.
But then you look at what's actually happening on the ground. A recent study found that tradespeople like plumbers and electricians aren't being replaced, they're actually jumping on board. As this quote shows, they're not seeing a replacement, they're seeing a powerful new tool, a co-pilot that helps them do their job better and faster.
And that right there is the key. People on the front lines, whether they're plumbers or graphic designers, are using AI to augment their skills, not replace them. They're getting back, on average, over 3 hours a week by automating the boring stuff. This lets them focus on the parts of the job a human does best. So they're seeing a partner, while everyone else is just seeing a replacement.
So all of this complexity, right? It's exactly why that generic advice we always hear to just learn AI is, well, it's just terrible advice. It completely misses what's actually going on. Oh man, I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. AI isn't one single thing. It's this massive, sprawling world. Asking how to get a job in AI is like asking a chef how to get a job in food. I mean, do you want to be a cook, a restaurant owner, a food critic, a farmer? You have to be specific. I mean, just look at this list, right? An AI research scientist, you're probably going to need a PhD for that. A prompt engineer, that's all about being a fantastic writer. A machine learning engineer needs some serious coding chops. And an AI coach, that's all about people skills and managing change. These aren't just slightly different jobs. They are completely different careers with different skills and, frankly, very different paychecks. Okay, so how do we get past this vague, useless advice? We need to adopt what's called a predictive strategy. It's about stopping the chase after some fuzzy idea of an AI job and instead starting to ask the right questions about where you can provide real, specific value. This is the old way, right? Asking a vague question like, do you know AI? It's meaningless.
It tells a hiring manager absolutely nothing about what you can actually do. It's just noise. But the predictive approach? It's all about finding a signal. For a technical role, you don't ask if someone knows AI. You ask, have you actually deployed models to production? See, anyone can take an online course, but very few people have actually shipped a real product. That is a powerful predictive signal that you know what you're doing.
So it all comes down to this mindset shift. The goal is to be predictive of the game, to analyze the market, to understand your unique skills, and to make a smart, strategic bet on where you'll fit. You want to do that instead of just being predicted by the game, just reacting to whatever the latest headline is.
All right, so if we use this predictive mindset, we can stop talking about AI as this one big, scary monolith. Instead, we can start to see clear, distinct pathways into this new economy. And based on what's happening in the market right now, 4 major routes are really starting to stand out.
Okay, let's really break these 4 pathways down, because this is the practical rubber meets the road stuff. First up, the technical bridge. This is for you if you already have a coding or data background. We're talking software developers, data analysts. The idea is to build on those skills you already have to move into a role like machine learning engineer. It can be a longer path, sure, maybe 6 to 18 months, but it leads to some of the highest paying jobs out there. Next, we have the non-technical entry path. This is one of the fastest ways in, and it's perfect for writers, marketers, and creatives. Your communication skills are gold right now. You could become a prompt engineer or an AI content strategist, basically translating between the complex tech and the human user. Then there's the domain expert pivot. Are you a doctor, a lawyer, an architect? This is your path. It's not about becoming a coder. It's about becoming the person who knows how to apply AI to your field. And finally, governance and compliance. As AI gets more powerful, companies are desperate for people who understand the rules. If you've got a background in law or policy, this is a huge opportunity to help shape the future of AI. And listen, the most important thing here is you don't have to start from scratch. The best strategy is to find the path that uses the skills you already have.
So look, the conversation isn't about is AI coming for my job anymore. That's the wrong question. The real question, the better question, is how are you going to strategically engage with it? You have the map. You can see the pathways. The only question left is which one will you predict for yourself?